Slide Drop Presents America magazine.
Woo! You're welcome.
We're having a party Saturday, Crooked Floor, East 7th Street. You'll pass it 1,000 times. It's right next to the railroad track. Please come. My story's called The Peace Saddle. It starts off with onomatopoeia. Flip, patut, patut. Flip, patut, patut. The folks of Goldtown pointed and laughed at old Charlie as he rode in on the saddle that they'd sent as a peace offering to their warring neighbor town of Damsville. He rode into Goldtown triumphant, his eyes fixed straight ahead, cold, mean, accepting of his fate. He smiled and waved as if their jeering didn't bother him one bit. Fwip, patut, patut. Fwip, patut, patut. Them's damn idiots in Damsville body. Can you believe that? They rode into town thinking they'd be peace. Bunch of cross-eyed, hairless dumbasses. Old Charlie smiled and coughed. Fuckers. Now there's this Wayne's World time thing. Goes to the past. Old Charlie and the town council sat around the puttering quiver with whiskey in their glasses and cigars on their lips. The room was smoky, and although it was full, it was quiet. Damsville, their town, had been at war for longer than anyone could even remember. There was no beginning to the killing, it just was. It was as obvious as the universe. The beginning ain't that important. The important is that it's there, and it had always been there, and will be there as long as anyone at the table was alive. And just like the universe, the war would kill you and not give a damn. Gotta do something about them son bitches in Goldtown, Turlock, the youngest council member there, said. He spit some tobacco and took another puff of his cigar. This is all we ever meet about. Ain't we got real problems to discuss? Ain't the people elected us for real problem solving? Like, where in the hell did all these buzzards come from? And where in the hell did the comfort ladies we sent for get lost along the way? China ain't as far as them book learners say, you know, Peter said. Those problems work themselves out, old Charlie said. He got up from the table and hitched up his pants. Like this. My boot is dirty, you see that? That's mud and manure. I suppose I could leave it there and let it grow and smell, but then my boots would have no traction. I'd slip on dry ground. See what I'm saying? The council nodded their heads, but their eyes betrayed a vacancy of their minds. What I'm saying is that there'll always be comfort ladies, whether it be the ones we send for or the ones that just wander in over after they hear how much gold we think we'll get next year. But Goldtown is mud. You gotta keep scraping them off your boot lest you slip and trip and break your dick. You get what I'm saying now? You break your dick and those comfort ladies can't do anything with it. Ah, the council said. That's what I like about you, old Charlie, Turlock said. You think with your head. We're damn lucky to have a sheriff like you. The saloon doors burst open. A boy came through dragging a wooden crate behind him. Hey, I knows that kid. He was my family till his family up and moved to goddamn Goldtown. Let's cut his ears off, Turlock said. He's but a boy. Old Charlie shoved Turlock back down to his chair. You can't cut the messenger's ears off anyways. Then they can't hear the message you need to send back. Always thinking 2 steps ahead of me, Turlock said to himself. I'll never be half the sheriff you half are. The boy was covered in sweat and his shirt was threadbare. He was caked in mud. What's the deal here, boy? Old Charlie asked. Goldtown ain't but 10 miles away. Shut up and open the package, the boy said. I don't talk to no dammies. He spit at old Charlie's boots. Just like the snooty sons of bitches that birthed him. The shit don't fall too far from the asshole, Turlock said. Old Charlie waved his hand in the air to tell everyone to shut up. He ain't but a boy, full of all that dumb pride that comes with being a boy. He turned back to the boy. What's in that crate of yours? As much as my daddy protested, Sheriff Sheeper said it was time for peace, so he had the finest woodworker and the best saddle maker in all the territories to fashion up a peace offering. I don't know why. My daddy always said there was a reason he left Damsville far behind, but I guess the sheriff is the sheriff for an altogether just as wise reason. Old Charlie turned to the council at the table and nodded his head with a smile. Pour this kid a drink. He speaks with assuredness. We should honor that at least. Peter brought the boy a glass. The boy refused. I don't drink the piss water y'all call whiskey. Turlock got up from his seat and drew his gun. I'm tired of all that damn backtop coming to that prepubescent turd's mouth. Old Charlie didn't turn to face Turlock. Speaking was enough. Turlock, you set yourself down. This boy brings peace. You can't welcome peace with a loaded gun. A smile came upon the boy's face, the biggest shit-eating grin anyone had ever seen. If y'all truly want peace with your superiors over in Goldtown, old Charlie here has to ride his best horse in the town next week on this saddle. Then, and only then, will we know that peace is desired between both our towns, and this war with no beginning and no end will finally end, the boy said. Well, this boy surely can talk, Peter said. Probably end up one day as a politician, a fat and fine mayor or something, maybe even president. We'll move this over, boy, Charlie said. You'll get your answers in a week. The boy tipped his hat at the council, spit damn close to old Charlie's boots again, turned and left. Old Charlie turned to the council. Turlock and Peter, get this fucking thing open. It better be a gold-plated saddle or something. Charlie took a seat at the table while Turlock and Peter took hammers to the wooden box. Sorry. Charlie poured himself some whiskey and lit another cigar. He kicked his feet up on the table and watched. Once all the hay was moved out of the way, it was there. Sure, the saddle was gold-plated, just as old Charlie had hoped for, but there was something else. Looks like a wooden cucumber, Peter said. How the hell is it supposed to sit in that with that thing bouncing around? Turlock slapped Peter across the face. You fucking imbecile! You're not supposed to sit around it, you're supposed to sit on it. I ain't never seen a seat like this, Peter said. The saddle sat on the ground. It was gold-plated and the seat was made of fine leather. Any rider would know that this was made by a master craftsman, but in the middle of all that artistry was a bouncy wooden cylinder connected to the saddle by a creaking bed spring. What do you suppose this means? Peter asked Charlie. It means I drop my pants and ride this thing into town. You can't be serious. This is war, Sheriff, Turlock said. Old Charlie closed his eyes and shook his head. Do you know how old I am? I've been coughing my lungs out for the better part of the past 10 years. I've had 2 sons killed in this war, and I don't even know why we continue fighting. They killed my dog last time. I don't have anything left of my orphan grandson. Turlock slammed his fist into the table. This ain't a peace saddle, this is a fuck you saddle. When you ride it, they's fucking you. I'm no cretin, old Charlie said, but it's the only way. We can end this once and for all. I reckon old Charlie's drawn himself up a good plan, Peter said. Here's what we'll do, Charlie said. The men sat down at the table. Pop, Pop, Timmy said as old Charlie entered the house. Where have you been? Now, Timmy, you know it ain't right asking all manner of questions to an elder. Pop, Pop, Timmy said. Yes, what is it? Oh, old Charlie started taking off his boots. They were caked in mud. He needed to clean them before he rode the peace saddle into Goldtown. Why do we keep fighting Goldtown? Because they hate us. But why do they hate us? Because we hate them. But Pop, Pop, why? Old Charlie lit candles around the kitchen and took a seat next to Timmy. Listen, sometimes it's just that simple. They hate us, so we hate them. We hate them, so they hate us. There ain't an efficient way to look back and figure out who started this mess. This mess is just what we're born in, and who are we to change the place the good Lord saw fit to put us? I'm hungry, Timmy said. It's as if you ain't even listening to me. It's dark out. You'll eat tomorrow. Now go to bed. All the dynamite strapped on around Sweet Bess. Old Charlie looked as good as a corpse in a coffin. His face was clean-shaven, his mustache greased up. He wore a dancing suit, good for keeping the ladies interested, and his boots were shining clean. All set, boss, Turlock said and handed him a match. Remember, you're aiming for the sheriff. Old Charlie unbuckled his belt and took off his pants. He was fit for a casket from the waist up and fit for a whorehouse down. You'll take care of little Timmy, won't you? Turlock nodded. Sure will. Old Charlie hopped in the saddle. Flip! He wriggled a bit until he was as comfortable as he could be and struck his spurs to the Sweet Bess's ribs. They were off. Fwit, patut, patut. Fwit, patut, patut. The folks of Goldtown pointed and laughed at old Charlie as he rode in on the saddle they'd sent as a peace offering to their warring neighbor town down, Damsville. He rode into Goldtown triumphant, his eyes fixed straight ahead, cold, mean, accepting of fate. He smiled and waved as if their jeering didn't bother him one bit. Flip, patut, patut. These damned idiots and damn so body. Can you believe that? They rode into town thinking there'd be peace. Bunch of cross-eyed, hairless dumbasses. Heh. Old Charlie smiled and coughed. Heh, fuckers. He spotted the sheriff clutching his belly and turning red from laughing so hard. Sheriff Schieffer, he said, do we have peace? Sheriff didn't answer. He was damn near suffocated. Well, I ought to have a smoke then. You want one? Old Charlie held out his hand, but Schieffer couldn't accept or deny. He was choking on his own merriment. Old Charlie struck his match against his boots, lifted it to his cigarette, and the whole town square blew to hell. There were body parts all over the place. Schieffer was surely dead, and old Charlie too. But the boy who brought over the peace saddle sat between two severed limbs and stared at the peace saddle. It was golden shimmering in the sun. It was made by a master craftsman. It was still completely intact. What was left of old Charlie's ass cheeks dangled around the top of the wooden cylinder. The boy stared at them with pure hate. The war would rage on, that was for sure. As long as this boy was there to stare at the peace saddle among all those he had known, the war would be on. It might be delayed a while, but he'd be back. It always was. And no one would ever be able to answer how it all started, but somewhere near the middle of it was a man named Old Charlie, and the peace saddle that was intended to fuck him, fucking them. Thank you.
Woo!